Welcome Facebook, welcome YouTube. How are we all? I always start the TikTok up first, but then I get the restream going to do the YouTube and the Facebook side of things. And I know everyone's on TikTok's like, what's he doing? What's this crazy guy doing? I'm like, I'm just here. I'm here. I'm all good. I'm here. I'm all good. Anyway, there we go. We're live. We're on now. It is Monday, the 12th of May. Have you had a good day? How was your first day of this brand new weight loss week? Bing. Has it gone absolutely swimmingly well? I hope it has. I've been on plan. I've done well today. I am currently at 1,850 calories. Will I have anything else this evening? I don't know. Rachel's tempted me because she's gone to B&M today and bought, I love mini cheddars, and she's found a new sour cream and onion flavored mini cheddar. She's brought a bag. 122 calories, I can fit them in. To my calories today, I'd still be under 2,000. That is my aim this week. My aim this week is 2,100 a day, no more on average. Anyway, let's do a top 5 on TikTok this evening. Let's see who is in. Number 1 is Callum. Number 2 is Faye. Number 3 is Amy. Dodds is in at number 4. And Demi is in at number 5. You're my top 5 on Facebook this morning. I've got no one on the YouTube or the top 5 on TikTok this evening. Did I say Facebook this morning? Yeah, that's what sort of day it's been. It has been a busy day. I've been doing a couple of food reviews, which will be out on... When will they be out? They will be out on Friday. Friday will be a brand new worth of calories. I've done 2 today. 2 to do tomorrow. Maybe 3. I'm not 100% sure yet what we're foods tomorrow. Definitely got 2 to do tomorrow. Might have 3. I've done 2 today, and 1 is an absolute belter. It is something I will 100%. I have put it on my social media over the weekend, but it is something that I will 100% be buying again. It was really, really good. I've got a dab on. Do you know what? It's been warm today, hasn't it? It's been really warm. I don't know where you are in the world, but it's been really humid here in the northwest of England. It's been quite windy. But I'm sat in my office now, and it's been quite cool in here most of the day, but now, it's pretty warm. It is pretty damn warm. Anyway, right, let's see who else is in this evening. Sheila's in, good evening, and Kirsty's in. Kelly C, Jane, Lisa, evening, Hannah, evening, Ryan, good evening. Pickle, hi Dad, hello Pickle. As long as your mum don't want any CSA, you can call me Dad all you want. There we go. No steps, too many calories today. I don't know what that means. What, you've not done any steps, you've had too many calories, or you've done loads of steps and loads of calories? I have no idea. Paula, hiya. Don't panic, Stefan. You've got 6 days to sort it out. Blair, hi there. Hello. Silla Manila's in. Hiya. Hello. Good evening. Debbie, been for a walk today. My heart rate went a tad higher. I bet, because it has been flipping warm. I only had 1,200 calories. What's going on, Callum? You messaged before saying your appetite was a bit low, and you've only had 1,200 calories today. I mean, don't get me wrong. Will that be a bonus for weight loss? Well, yeah, because you're eating a really low amount of calories. Is it a negative for your health? Absolutely it is. We shouldn't be, you're not going to fuel the body very well. Tomorrow's Weight Loss Coaching Live. How to fuel your body for weight loss. So that is tomorrow's topic. So I'm going to talk about overall diet. And I'm not just going to talk about overall diet in terms of suppressing appetite. I'm also going to talk about getting the right fueling to aid your motivation, to aid your energy levels, to aid, getting your steps in, to aid maybe if you want to do some regular exercise. I'm going to talk about foods to help, regulate sleep patterns and things like that. So we're going to go for a full kind of overview of diet tomorrow. I don't know if you saw over the weekend, I put a post on that's gone absolutely viral on Facebook. And basically, I took the 0-calorie orange Fanta dupe and the 0-calorie lemon Fanta dupe, or the 0 orange Fanta dupe and the 0 lemon Fanta dupe. They're not quite 0 calories, which someone pointed out. That won't be 0 calorie. I'm not even going to tell you the name of the person that pointed it out, because this person that pointed it out has literally messaged me privately to say, hiya, I know I'm being one of these by messaging you about it, but can you stop saying to all the such and such K's out there? I'm not going to use the word. I don't want to trigger anyone. Right. And I was like, yeah, all right, go on, fair enough. I never really want to personally upset anyone. And I think you're taking it a bit to heart. It's just a colloquial term nowadays for what we call people that are dead pedant. And she's literally coming on, that won't be 0 calorie. I was like, no, love. It's actually, both cans combined are 9 calories, which is, every time you break wind, you'll burn 10 calories. You don't need to worry about 9 calories in a couple of cans of pop. So you're all right. Yeah. Anyway, by the by, so I combined these two drinks. And where I got the inspiration, I'll tell you where I got the inspiration from for this. Well, a couple of inspirations, right? So a 0 Fanta dupe and a 0 Fanta orange dupe, 0 Fanta lemon dupe mixed together. I bought both last week. I was fancying them. It was quite warm. Get a bit of extra pop in. And I opened up the Fanta one, the lemon one, and I was like, do you know what? It's a bit sickly, that, but I don't want to waste them. I wasn't a massive fan of it, if I'm being honest with you. I have had it before, but I don't know if they've changed the recipe or it's just the way I was. So I opened it up and I was like, I hate wasting food. So I opened up an orange one and just decided to mix them. Because when I used to work in the pub years ago, we used to have a couple of, this was a really old-fashioned drink. I used to have a couple of, they were more senior ladies that used to order it. And used to have a couple of senior ladies that used to order a St. Clement's, which was fresh orange with a bitter lemon, right? They were like, can I get a St. Clement's, please? And I remember when they first ordered, I was like, what's a St. Clement's? And they went, oh, well, it's a fresh orange with a bitter lemon. I don't think you even get bitter lemon or fresh orange in pubs anymore. I have no idea, do you? I have no idea. Everyone just drinks G&Ts or it's all Coke on a draft now. But anyway, and I thought, you know what, orange and lemon. And I mixed them both together and it was absolutely sensational. So I put it on Facebook. I then got about 1 million Irish people saying, that's just a rock shandy. I was like, it's not in the UK. I've never heard of a rock shandy. Not a flipping clue. Right? Anyway, I Googled it and it's orange, a rock shandy is orange and lemon mixed together. Correct me if I'm wrong here if you are from Ireland, but it says it's a club orange. So I Googled what a club orange is. Now, we used to have a drink over here, and it probably is in Ireland as well, called a Britvic 55, right? Which was basically like a fizzy orange, but it did have little real bits, like probably like 10 or 15% fruit juice. So a club orange sounds like it's Britvic 55. So it's not technically a can of orange and a can of lemon mixed together, isn't a club shandy. I have a rock shandy. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going to get some. I'm going to order some. I'm going to try it. Someone said they sell it in Morrison's, so I might have to go to Morrison's. I've never heard of it. I genuinely have never heard of it. I think people were trying to initiate that I've ripping off an idea, and I'm not. I'm not from Ireland, and it's not a common drink in the UK. Anyway, why does that mean I'm drinking this? Because I put this post on. Like I say, it's gone viral. It's had 1.5 million views. It always blows my mind when some posts go viral. Because I'm like, 1.5 million people in 24 hours has commented, seen, or whatever to that post. But I did get quite a few comments from people going, I love the Tropical Blast. And I was like, you know what? I've not had that for ages. So this is a Lilt dupe. So I've been today and I picked up some Tropical Blast and it is sensational. It's really good. It's not as good as the orange and lemon mixed together, but it is very, very nice. Anyway, there you go. I've told you a big story. Probably get it in Tesco. Yeah, someone said, I work in Morrison's, but I've never heard of that either. Yeah, I don't think it is. I have looked on the Tesco website, Stefan, and you can get it off the website. Whether they have it, I don't order off of where I don't. So I put it into Google now and I put in Rock Shandy UK I mean, I'm not really that like. I assume it doesn't look like it's a diet drink anyway. But I did put it in yesterday, and I'm positive it did come up as Tesco. Yeah, Tesco 6 times, but I don't know if that's Tesco in this country, or I assume they have Tesco in the Republic of Ireland, in the ROI. I don't know, do you? Anyway, yeah, they do have it, and 6 cans is like cheap, I think. Is it? Let's have a look. Oh, £3.40. And it does say it's with sweetness, so it might not be full of sugar. Anyway, I'm going to go on a hunt. And I will get a rock shandy and I'll try it and I'll let you know if it's as good or if it's better or worse than the mix. Is there no Irish food shops in the UK near you? No, absolutely not. I've got a Chinese supermarket that I go to. I've got a Polish supermarket that I go to, which is really cool as well. I've got like a takeaway cash and carry that I go to as well, but that does everything, all different Indian, Asian, Oriental types of foods as well. But yeah, no, there's no Irish supermarket. I've got a couple of like butchers that specialise in a few Irish bits and pieces, and Scottish. Got a good few Scottish butchers because Blackpool is pretty much 50% Scottish, to be honest with you. Right, let me scan down. I love a Britvic 55. Can you still get them? They were so good. But that when I've read what a Club Orange is, this is me. This is how my head works. I'm like, when I hear about something, when I hear about something, I have to go in. I have to. And from reading it, it sounded like it's a Britvic 55, basically. Right? Did they even do them anymore? I'm having a look now. You can get them on Ocado. 24, 200ml. Oh, that's just Britvic orange juice. Britvic 55. Here, one buy. 24, 275ml bottles of Britvic 55 is 46 quid. £46. Oh, here we are. 24, 275ml bottles on love-beer.co.uk is 27.50. That's slightly better. I don't like Britvic 55 enough to pay nearly 30 quid for 24 bottles of the stuff, but I definitely like a Britvic 55. And then you used to be able to get an Apple 55, which was basically an appetizer, which is, again, is top tier. Absolute top tier. Anyway, there we go. Right, I am scanning up and seeing what I've missed. But anyway, there we go. That's the story of my Facebook posts over the who'd have thought mixing a can of orange pop and lemon pop would go viral, but it has done. There you go, and it's contributed towards the bank balance a little bit as well, which I will never whinge about, which is all good. Right, sorry how much. I know it's dear, isn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong, if you go to a pub now and they did sell Britvic 55, I bet it'd cost you £3.50, so 24 bottles of that would be 80 quid, wouldn't it? But still, if I'm buying it to have at home, I don't really want to be paying that much. Anyway, back to it. I love a Britvic 55. Anyway, right. Even I'm scanning down and seeing what's going on. Neil done 40,000 steps today. James, I thought we had to talk about this, mate. He's actually put that on Facebook as well. James has had a few issues with his legs and he's been suffering a little bit with sciatica for the last couple of days. Said he was going to rest up. Said he feels much better today. And I said, not a problem at all, but don't push it until you feel 100%. And he's now come back and said he's done 40,000 steps. Hopefully, James, I mean, don't worry, I'm not going to condone you for doing 40,000 steps, mate, but hopefully you won't get an adverse reaction to it. Really want to try that Aldi vanilla shake. It was decent. It was decent. It was decent. I have reviewed it today for Worth the Calories. What else have I done for Worth the Calories? I'll tell you the one that I did do that was a 10 out of 10. The kebab mix thing. Absolutely unreal. So I don't know if you saw it. I posted it as a really good calorie control fakeaway. Aldi have started doing a kebab doner kit. Now, I'm not saying this is dead healthy. I'm not, right? I'm just saying it's a very good calorie controlled fakeaway, right? 646 calories for the whole box. I don't know if it's meant to serve 2. I have no idea. It comes up half a pack, 323 calories. I ate the full pack, 646 calories. You got 2 flatbreads, you got beef doner, you got some fries, and you got some chili sauce. And you know what? It was absolutely sensational. It does need salad, if I'm being honest with you. It needs some salad, bit of lettuce, bit of red onion on there. And it needs something other than their chili sauce. Their chili sauce I actually thought was all right. It was kind of tasted like a cheap, like when you get tomato sauce in sachets in Spain. Well, when you go to Spain and you go to a cafe and they give you a Heinz tomato sauce bottle that has literally been there since 1979, and you're like, that is a Heinz tomato sauce bottle with a 1979 Heinz label on it. I can guarantee there is no Heinz tomato sauce in that bottle. It reminded me of that sort of sauce with a little bit of warmth to it, which I'm all right with. I'm not really that much of a snob. I thought it was pretty decent, to be fair. But I did add to one bite a little bit of roasted garlic mayo. Obviously, you need to count this as extra calories, but it was absolutely delicious. It was amazing, and the portion size for 600 calories was great. 25 grams of protein. It wasn't loaded with protein. Don't get me wrong. Not loaded with fiber. It's not designed for that. It's a flipping doner kebab, right? But like I say, if you're fancying a kebab Saturday night, I eat it for Monday dinner. Have it whenever you want to, as long as it fits in with your calories. But if you're literally Saturday night fancying a kebab, and you're like, if I ring up flipping, Alibaba's, my kebab is going to be 1,500 calories because I'm going to go, yeah, I'll have a large mix, mate, garlic mayo, salad. Well, if I spend more than 15 quid, I get a free garlic bread. How much is the kebab? 13 quid. Stick a portion of fries on there. Now get me free. Yeah, so we know the drill, don't we? Some fluff on my t-shirt. We know the drill. So it's take yourself out of the firing line. Don't put yourself in that scenario, right? We know how good a salesman the people that own takeaways are, right? It's very, very easy. I don't need much convincing to upsell. So really, really good. 646 calories. Kebab, doner meat, chips, flatbread, really, really good. If you add, I had the roasted garlic mayo. If you add half a tablespoon of that onto each flatbread, because there's two, so 2 flatbreads, split the doner meat, put the chips on top, split up the chili sauce, half a teaspoon of roasted garlic on one, half a teaspoon of roasted garlic on another, bit of lettuce, bit of red onion. You're literally going to be at 700 calories, right, for a good sized kebab. Highly recommend. It was, and it's not just that it was great calorie control. It was delicious. It was really, really good. Yeah. Hi, is a 30-minute home workout a day enough to start off with? I'm not very fit, and I feel embarrassed to go to the gym. Steph, like, enough to start off with, it's fantastic. Like, what you're trying to achieve, like, I get a lot of people are very self-conscious about going to the gym. But, Steph, I don't want you to get into this, I have to exercise to lose weight. Is a 30-minute home workout 3 times a week enough to increase your fitness, improve your physical health, improve your... 100% it is. 100% it is. It's fantastic. I'm telling you now, if every person in the UK exercised for 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, it would literally save the NHS 10% of its spend. I'm telling you now, it may be more. An hour, if every person in the UK and every person I'm not trying to trigger people here. Please don't come at me, right? Because you might, I can't exercise because I'm disabled. Yes, you can. Every single person in the UK can exercise, right? I've PT'd people that are 40 stone. I've PT'd people that are 10 stone. I've PT'd people that my oldest client I've ever worked with, Eric, he was 88 years of age and came to me for personal training sessions after suffering a stroke. He only had 50% mobility down his left side. He had 75% mobility down his right side. He used to come twice a week and exercise with me in the gym for 45 minutes at a time. Now, did I have Eric doing, Tabata sprints on the treadmill? Did I toss? Did I have him sat there just working on his mobility, working on his joint movement, trying to strengthen his muscles a little bit, trying to get. Yeah, I did. He was exercising, right? And I PT'd Eric for a couple of years, and I'm hoping he's still alive. I've not spoken to him for about 4 years now, but I PT'd him for 2 years, and he got stronger. He got fitter. 50% on his left, 75% on his right. After about 6 months, he had 100% strength back in his right arm. He had 75% back in his left arm, on his left side. And after 12 months, he was pretty much 100% both sides, right? And that's prolonged his life. It's prolonged his independence, right? Saved him going into possibly going into a home, or possibly needing carers at his home or something like that. So, anyone can exercise, whether you're bedbound, whether you're non-weight bearing. Doesn't matter how much you weigh. Doesn't matter how. All you need to do is adapt the exercise to the individual. Yeah. So, and honestly, if everyone, because like I say, exercise isn't for weight loss, but any sort of exercise just gets your heart rate going a little bit for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, will massively improve your physical health. It will improve all your health markers. It will massively improve your mental health, and all those things will have a massive knock-on effect, especially if you are on a weight loss journey. It really, really will. I never realised how unfit I was until I did Couch to 5K. I saw Kirsty the other day. You put on the Facebook group that you'd done a run. Absolutely amazing. And again, never beat yourself. Look, at the end of the day, if you've never done any regular exercise, you're going to be unfit, right? And you're going to find exercise quite hard. Don't go at it like a bull at a gate. You don't need to be like a bull in a china shop. In fact, you don't need to be any sort of bull, right? You can be a calf if you. I have no idea where I'm going with that. But what I'm trying to say is, too many people go out the blocks too quickly. Just go and do your thing. Do a bit. Make sure you enjoy it. That's the most important thing about exercise, is you've got to enjoy it. Yeah. So proud to say that all my markers are perfect now. It's great to hear, Stefan. It really, really is. And that is one of the main reasons why we should be on this weight loss journey. Yes, of course, vanity plays a part. Yes, of course, our overall life plays a part. But, the main reason is to improve our overall health. Thanks for answering my question. Steffi, you are more than welcome. Yeah, you've literally put there, is a 30-minute home workout a day enough? That is more than enough. That's 2-3 times. Like, if you can do that 3 times a week, that's great. If you want to do any more, do more. But this is where a lot of people go wrong with things like exercise. They do too much at the beginning, like I've said, right? And when you do too much of anything at the beginning, it becomes a chore, it becomes a burden, right? If you can comfortably go to the gym twice a week, or you can comfortably do 2 30-minute workouts at home twice a week, but you're trying to put 5 in, you're going to very, very quickly start, not regretting it. What's the word? Not regret. I can't think of the word. But it's going to become it might be regret. I don't know. But it's going to, it's going to not regress. No, not similar to regret, I suppose. I mean, regret is it, but it's just going to become very unsustainable. Very, very, and this is where I see so many people like, I hate exercise. It's boring. It's rubbish. We'll stop doing exercise that's boring. All exercise, no, absolute. That is nonsense. Right? Saying all exercise is boring is like saying I don't like Chinese food when you've been to a Chinese takeaway once and just had sweet and sour chicken. Right? You go to a Chinese, there's 1,000,001 dishes on the menu. Right? So literally, until you've tried everything, you can't. And I guarantee there is an exercise out there for everyone. There is an exercise out there for everyone. I literally, and I've never made, I've always, I've never, what's the word? I've lost my train of thought. I've never hidden the fact that I absolutely hate walking on a treadmill in the gym. I find it The most boring, mind-numbing thing. And most people feel the same. It's only a very few number of people that enjoy walking on a treadmill. Now, don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of friends that walk on a treadmill. They flipping hate it, but they do it 2-3 times a week because it's part of their program and they've got the mentality to consistently do something that they don't like doing. Some people are like that. And these aren't people that have serious weight issues or anything like that. They've just got a massive focus for their fitness, for their health, and for their physique. And that's up to them. Most people don't have that drive and focus. And if you're doing something that you don't enjoy doing, you'll just end up regretting it. You'll just end up hating it. You'll just grow a real disdain for it, a dislike for it over time. And then eventually you'll stop doing it. And next thing you won't go to the gym. And next thing you'll go, exercise is boring. Well, what did you do in the gym? I walked on a treadmill for an hour a day, 5 days a week. Yeah, that is flipping boring, mate. Right? That is for most people. Rachel, my other half, my wife, she can walk on a treadmill. She literally takes her Kindle, wedges it on the treadmill, and she will sit still. She will walk for 45 minutes while reading a book. Happy as Larry. If you can do that, not an issue, right? Even if I was doing something like that, I've done it before. I've took my iPad in, I've watched, balls the hell out of me. Cross trainer, absolutely love it, mate. I could jump on a cross trainer for half an hour. I say absolutely love it. I would say half an hour would be my limit. Stick me on a spin bike, love that. I'm teaching spin 3 times this week, can't wait. Yeah, so it's all, it's all about different folks with different strokes, but you've got to enjoy doing stuff. On mine right now, but watch them at the same time. Yeah, and again, look, I'm not trying to put people off walking on a treadmill, but your body and mind will tell you. If you genuinely enjoy walk on it. And again, I would find it, if I had a treadmill here in the office, and I have thought about buying a walking pad, so I don't need it, I do, but I always think about buying one, and I'm like, why? I average 12,000 steps a day. I don't need, I don't think I've done 12,000 steps, I think I've done 11,300, right? I don't need a treadmill to get my steps in. But I totally get it if you are someone that can't get out of the house or, especially in winter time and it's cold and dark outside. And I'm like that. Yeah, I'm sat here now. I've got my TV on wall. If I had a treadmill, would I walk on a treadmill and watch TV? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't personally, but if I was struggling to get my steps in, would I on a day where I've only done 5,000 steps and it's absolutely lashing it down outside? Might be tempted. Yeah, maybe. But I go to the gym 5-6 days a week and I get my steps in there, so I don't need to. I'd be so bored if I didn't watch TikTok whilst on it. It passes the time. Lozzie, you're absolutely right. Sometimes I'm on the cross trainer in the gym and TikTok swallows your life. Loads of people are like, I haven't got time to do this, I haven't got time to do that. You've got time to watch TikTok 3-4 hours a day, haven't you? I mean, watch me. Obviously, aside, I'm on TikTok 5 days a week for at least an hour at a time. So, obviously put the time away. But, if I'm on the cross trainer and I'm like, I'm clock watching it, and it can happen, I'm literally like, this is painful. Put TikTok on, start flicking through a few TikToks, time's gone. I used to do a live in the gym. I tell you, I've not been told, and I don't know if I would be told. I wouldn't need to be told because I do my own thing. But I don't even remember. It might have been last year or maybe 2023. Started going to the gym I used to do Wednesday was like my cardio day. It might have been last year. It might have been the year before. It's before I don't do it now because I don't do the exercise bike in the gym because I teach my spin class. But I started going, sitting on an exercise bike in the gym and just and I do a live while I was in the gym, and it's fine. No one else is on the live. It's only looking at me. Sometimes it felt a little bit awkward because obviously I'm talking, and I'd have my headphones on and I'd try and like Rachel says, I learned to whisper under a helicopter. But I sit here now doing my lives. And I get decibel warnings on my watch sometimes. You're in a loud environment. I'm like, nah, I'm not, love. It's just me talking, doing a live. But anyway, but the gym since last it got it's been refurbed in 22, and then it's been extended, and it's just packed all the time. And I'm kind of like, most people have headphones in, so they're not arsed, but sometimes you get someone on the exercise bike next to me that ain't got headphones in. I'm like, do they really? So I've done it out of courtesy for other gym members not to be on, not to do a live in there while I'm on. But I don't go on the exercise bike anymore anyway. Right, let me scan up and see what's going on. Charlotte's in. Good evening. Resent or what's Paula done? Paul, I've not seen one of your comments. I don't know what you've resent. Unless it's a WhatsApp you've resent me. I have no idea. Anyway, June has asked on YouTube, what do you think of using Nutricheck easier days? Rubbish. And I mean that. And I'll explain to you why. So you might be like, why rubbish, Neil? You promote having lower calorie days and higher calorie days. I do, 100%. And that's basically what Easy Days does. I don't know if anyone's ever used Easy Days, but if you go into Nutricheck, there's a feature called Easy Days. And you can select when you want Easier Days, and then it'll divide your calories up so you'll have some lower days and some higher days. Why I would not recommend having different calorie days set on, because on your Nutricheck app, is this: nothing is set in stone. But when we don't get me wrong, we've got to have some boundaries. But if we use easier days, and let's say, for example, it gives you 1,700 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it gives you 3,000 Saturday, 3,000 Sunday, you get fixated on this, right? How we should look at our daily calories is a daily average. And I highly recommend, look, this is just my recommendation. You sometimes have to find your own way in life. Your parents can give you as much guidance as they can. But sometimes we have that little rebellious streak where we go, nope, I'm going to do it my own way. And that's absolutely fine, right? And if it works for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's fine. But the way I promote calorie counting is to make weight loss, dieting, controlling our calories as to give as much flexibility and as much freedom as possible, but still within a boundary. You've always got to have, it's like flexi time at work, right? You can start at 6, you can start at 10, anytime between those times. That then allows you to finish between 2 and 6 at night or something like that or whatever, right? Those are your flexi time blocks. But you must start between these. So you've got flexibility, but within boundaries, right? It's not like, as long as you do 8 hours a day, start when you want. So you might have some people coming in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and they're going to work till midnight. And you're like, why are you doing it at 4 o'clock? We had a meeting at 11. Well, I had a meeting at 11. I can start when the hell I want to. But if everyone has to be in the office by 10, if you're booking a meeting at 11, everyone's going to be in the office. See what I mean? So it's about having some flexibility and freedom, but within some boundaries. But if you use that easier day feature, it takes away a chunk of flexibility and freedom because you'll still be fixated on, I can only have 1,700 on a Monday. I can have 2,600. What happens if on a Monday you're not that hungry? You've just not got much appetite, right? And you end up having 1,400. Now, if your mindset is, look, I'm using these easy days as a guide, and if I have 1,400, I'm fully aware, like you say, Neil, that'll bank 300 and I can take them extra into the weekend. A lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people have very specific mindsets about sticking to specific numbers. So this is how I recommend you look at your calories. Your daily calories is a daily average. Right? So let's say that's 2,000. Your Nutricheck or your MyFitnessPal should show 2,000 calories every single day. What you should then have in your mindset is, what are my lower calorie days, my banking days, and what are my higher calorie days, the days where I'm going to use banked calories? So you might be like, right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is a lower calorie day. That's when I'm going to bank calories. Right, so I'm going to eat below my daily average. Saturday, Sunday is my higher calorie. That's when I'm going to use those bank calories. whatever you bank Monday to Friday is what you take into the weekend. Some weeks you might bank 1,500 and take them into the weekend. Some weeks you might bank 1,700. Some weeks you might bank 900 and take. It just is what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, haven't seen that as an average day. There's nothing wrong. I give my clients a calorie structure, but I tell them very clearly if they read their plan properly, this is just a guide. See it as this. Your daily lower day might be 1,700, 2,000 calories a day on average. On a lower day, we might aim for 1,700, but some lower days might have 1,800. Some lower days might have 1,600. I just think using that easier days function where it puts set low numbers in and set high numbers in, it kind of it takes away the flexibility and freedom of using higher and low days. Does that kind of make sense? So I just think literally no week really will be exactly the same. No week will be exactly the same. Some weeks you'll bank more, some weeks you'll bank less. You know, if you've put this set in stone like lower day on a Tuesday at 1,700 calories, and it's your mum and dad's anniversary, it's your wedding anniversary, it's your kid's birthday, you're going to be like, oh, I've only got 17. Whereas if you use my philosophy, you'd be like, right, today's a 2,000 is my average today. Yeah, technically today is a lower day, but I can move it around and I'll have Tuesday as a higher day. I did it last week. Watch my weekly weight loss vlog that I've just put on YouTube. Yeah. Normally, I will eat lower calories Monday to Friday. So my daily average is 2,600, right? And Monday to Friday, I'll eat below it. And then that gives me the flexibility on a Saturday and a Sunday to eat above it. Today, Monday, I've eaten 1,900 calories. I'm probably not going to have any more today. If I do, I'm going to have no more than 2,000 calories. That will be my top tier calories today. 2,000, no more, right? Last Monday, I had 3,900 calories because it was bank holiday. I was still feeling the effects of 4 boozy days in Spain, and I ate the world a little bit, right? Did I worry about it? No, because I literally said at the beginning of the week, right, I'm going to have today as a high. Normally, I have a high calorie Saturday, Sunday. I'm not going to this week. I'm going to have a high calorie Monday and a high calorie Sunday, right? Those are going to be my 2 high calorie days. Again, flexibility and freedom. So I had a complete blowout on Monday. I had 5 lower days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Even Saturday was a lower day. I think I only banked 3 calories, but I banked 3 calories. And then I had a high calorie Sunday. If I'd used the easier days analogy, I went 1,300 calories over my daily average. Normally on a Monday, I normally, like I've done today, 1,900 calories. If that was set in my app, right, and I've had 3,000, I'd be like, I've gone 2,000 calories over my calories today. And you just get negative in your mind. I'm never going to claw that back. That's ridiculous. Blah, 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 blah. And so it's just about, honestly, it's just about keeping things positive. Does that make sense? I know I've probably gone on about that too long, but, you know. When you reckon you'll get a chance to look at my parents' calories? No rush at all, though, of course. Callum, I would say, in terms of list and priorities, it's going to be Wednesday, mate. It'll be Wednesday. I'll get them sorted Wednesday. Yeah. Today's just was never going to happen, unfortunately. Today was never going to happen. Tomorrow, I'm not actually here much. I'm all over the shop tomorrow. Well, I say I'm not here much. When I'm here, I'm doing lives. When I'm not, and then when I'm not doing lives, I'm not really here. I'm a bit in and out tomorrow. So, but Wednesday, I should be here all day pretty much. Going to go to the gym in the morning. Probably going to have to take Rachel to work. I was hoping my mum's car would be back today. It's not going to be back till Wednesday. So, probably going to take Rachel to work on Wednesday. Or I might just let Rachel take it and I just won't have a car on Wednesday. I don't really need a car on Wednesday. So I'm aiming Wednesday to be here all day, and I'll get stuck in because on Wednesday I'm going to record a podcast. I'm going to record a recipe, and I'll get the rest of it. I've done as much admin as I could do today. My head was a bit melted, but don't worry, get wrong. I'll get them sorted for you. They will definitely be done by the end of this week. Right, let me scan down. Hi, in that weather, I'm not hitting calories at all. A lot left. Yeah, and it can, and to be honest with you, a few people are like that at the moment. And it's just the heat. Sometimes when it's warm, it can zap our appetite. It can, we're like that. Me and Rach sometimes when we go on holiday. I very much, when I go on holiday, typical Brit abroad, I might smash a full English breakfast at 9 in the morning. It's probably knocking on 1,500 calories. And then I really, other than smashing a few lays by the pool, something else, probably won't eat again then till 8 o'clock at night. Honestly, I'll have a few beers as well and stuff like that. Yeah, because in the heat of the day, or if we're in a hotel or something, we might have a portion of fries by the pool and just pick at them. I'm not saying that's low calorie stuff, because obviously when you're home and you're in this country, you're being a lot more calorie conscious, aren't you? But yeah, in terms of volume of food and that, yeah, it can definitely happen. I'm saying now, I'm absolutely sweating, and do you know what? It is red hot. It's red hot in this office now. I'm absolutely sweating. And again, I'm like, I really want to try that mini cheddars at Rachel. I might split a pack with her if she's got some calories left. I don't know if she has, though, to be honest with you. We had a bit more of a calorie. I had 800 calorie tea tonight. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it can happen. Since January 12th, lost 25 kilos. Wow, going well so far. How do you switch off on holiday events? So Daniel Bailey, I have no idea what your starting weight was, mate, but 25 kilograms in 4 months is a ridiculous amount of weight to lose. All right. So it sounds very, very restrictive. That's like a stone a month, mate. Now, it's great. Now, if you come back to me now and go, yeah, I was 30 stone, mate, when I started. All right, that's all right. Okay. But if you come back to me now and say, I was 20 stone in January and I'm 16 now, like 25 kilos is 4 stone. That is crazy. That is so restrictive. It really, really is. So my first bit of advice, don't worry, I'm not trying to piss on your chips. Well, I am a little bit. I talk about it all the time. The more restrictive we are, right, with calories and stuff, we hit this brick wall. And it'll make you struggle with things like going on holiday, because you like, I eat 2,600 calories a day. When I go on holiday, I'm probably at 4,000. I don't really eat that because I've got a healthy, sustainable calorie allowance. It's not really that much of a big jump, right? But if you've lost 4 stone in 4 months, you've literally been eating dust for 4 months. So the guilt then of going on holiday and enjoying yourself. Now, I'll be honest with you, this is how I handle holidays and events. I just go on them. I just enjoy them. Done it from the start of my journey. What is important with a holiday or an event, whatever, you might have an all day, we're coming up summer season, christenings, all day weddings, things like that. The important thing with a holiday is, right, you create a cut-off and a restart. That is so important. So, you might be, let's say you're going away on next Saturday, right? Let's say you're going away week on Saturday, whatever date that is, like bank holiday weekend. It's half term. Is it half term up next week? Not next week, the week after. So let's say you're going away a week on Saturday and you go in Saturday to Saturday, right? Your cut-off would be Friday night. So you're still going to track calories, stick to a calorie deficit all the way up to Friday night. Go to bed. When you wake up in the morning, as soon as you get to the airport, that's it. You're in holiday mode. You are not tracking another calorie. Get back from holiday the following Saturday. You might not bother Saturday. You might not bother Sunday. Monday is your restart date. And the important thing is, when it is your restart date, you restart. You can't do in a week what you've done in 4 months. Not if you've lost 60 pounds. To gain 60 pounds of body fat, right? To gain 10 pounds of body fat in a week, right? This is a pound of body fat. It's 3,500 calories. To gain 10 of these in a week, you'd have to eat 35,000 calories above your maintenance. That is 70,000 calories in a week for me. For me to gain 10 pounds of body fat in a week, I would have to eat 10,000 calories a day. Now, you might be sat there now going, hold my beer, Neil. I'll do that in my sleep. It sounds, you might be like, well, what's that if you break it down? Well, it's 2 double XL Domino pizzas, or it's 2 and then a big cheesecake. So, trust me, 10,000 calories. I've had days and I've tracked and I've been accountable where I've absolutely eaten the world and I've got to about 7,000 and I feel sick from doing it, right? To do that day in, day out for a whole week, flipping hard, really hard. It might not sound it, it might sound like heaven. You might want the challenge, but trust me. So, yeah, with holidays, same with events. Now, events might be a little bit different because it might be like an all-day wedding. It's up to you how you handle it. You can literally, I did it a couple of times last year and I didn't mind not doing it, to be honest with you. I had a couple of events last year where I was like, I'm not tracking today. Not tracking today, tomorrow. I'm going to have the weekend off. So I track Monday to Friday, I bank calories, do my best. But then when it comes Saturday, Sunday, just had the weekend off. And it kind of had plus and negatives. The plus was I wasn't luring myself into a false sense of security because sometimes I guesstimate a day and I'm like, I'd be like, I'd sit there in the morning and go, right, I know what the menu is. I'm going to an all-day wedding. I know what the menu is, right? It's soup, chicken, whatever, cheesecake, standard wedding fodder, right? And I know what the evening menu is. It's bacon, butties and chips. That's it. Or it's burger and chips or it's something like that, right? Dead simple, straightforward. Right, so I'll put in a quarter pound of cheeseburger from Mackey's and a portion of fries, 800 calories. I'll put in bowl of soup, roast chicken dinner, piece of cheesecake. So 2,000 calories worth of food. And then I'll have a bottle of Peroni when I get there because there's always 3 bottles. I'll have a bottle of Peroni, that'll go in. I'll have another 3 or 4 pints, maybe, glass of wine, couple of vodkas. And I'll just track that. I'll stick that in my app. And I'll be like, right, that's it. That'll do. 4,500 calories. All good. What's not good in that app is the 34 baby Guinness I've drunk that day, right? Not the 1 free bottle of Peroni, because me being me and, being... I'm first generation Lancastrian, but I'm second generation Lancastrian, but all my heritage is Yorkshire, so I do like a bit of a bargain. So rather than trying to get the free bottle of Peroni, I try and scram a couple out of, I might put 100 quid in your wedding card. I want 2 bottles of Peroni. So soon. But then when I wake up on Sunday, and this is why it's so easy to convince ourselves that we're doing something we're not. And I wake up and say, I only had 4,500 calories yesterday. I'll have a 6,000 calorie cheat day. No, Neil, you didn't have 4,500 calories yesterday. You had 7,000 calories yesterday. So you can't have your 7,000. So it's kind of one of them. I can lure myself into a false sense of security. So sometimes it's better just going, do you know what? A bit like going on holiday. I'm not going to track for a couple of days, but Monday, straight back at it. Whichever, sometimes you've got to dip your toes in and find what works for you. But what I will say is, you've got to enjoy your events. You've got to enjoy your holidays. You've got to enjoy your wedding anniversaries. You've got to enjoy your birthday. You've got to enjoy Christmas. There's 365 days in the year. If you enjoy a week at Christmas, you enjoy 2 1-week holidays a year. Fully enjoy them, right? A week at Christmas, 7 days. 1 week holiday, 7 days. Another 1 week holiday. That's 21 days. You then celebrate your birthday with a hangover day. That's 23 days. You then celebrate your mate's birthday with a hangover day. That's 24 days. You then celebrate an all-day wedding with a hangover day. That's 27 days, right? You then celebrate another couple of times a year with a hangover day, right? That's... Oh, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Hang on. Am I back? Am I on? Right? What I'm trying to say is, if you have 36 days out of 365 where you're not tracking your calories and you're doing whatever you want, it's 10% of the year, right? Your weight loss is not determined by what you do 10% of the time. It is determined by what you do the other 90% of the time. If the other 90% of the time you are on it, yeah, you might not, if you're on it 365 days of the year, right, you might lose 5 stone in a year. If 10% of the year you do what the hell you want, right, you might lose 3.5 stone in a year. I know what I'd choose. If someone said to me, right, 2 scenarios, you can live the most boring year of your life. You don't celebrate anything. You don't celebrate Christmas. You don't go on holiday. You don't enjoy a few afternoons in a pub beer garden if the sun's shining. you don't enjoy your best mate's wedding, you don't go on the hen do or the stag do or anything like that, and you will be £70 lighter at the end of the year. Or you can enjoy these events, right? But you just make sure that you enjoy the event. Maybe a hangover day the day after. You might not drink, so you might not need a hangover day. But, when you're going on holiday, you create a cut-off, you restart. Your 1 week in Tenerife doesn't become 3 weeks back at home, right? 10% of the year, you do whatever the hell you want. And instead of losing £70 in a year, you're going to lose 50, right? But you're going to have you're going to lose £50 on the scales and just enjoy life alongside it. I know what I'd rather pick. Some people might, I'd rather lose £70. Well, bore off. No one's interested in what your views are. So you've just got to go and enjoy it. But where people go wrong is Christmas rolls into January, rolls into February. If your 1 week all-inclusive lasts for 6 months, yeah, that's going to affect your journey, Right, let me... I find the getting back on it the hardest part. Why? Why do you find getting back on it the hardest part? Why after just a week, 7 days, right? You've done something for 3 months, 4 months consistently, and you have 7 days. So out of the last 16 weeks, 15 weeks on it, 1 week off it. Why is that 1 week eliminating the whole 15 weeks? What is the reason? And you've got to ask yourself that question. The most common reason is... right? The most common reason is the method you're using. If you put yourself in a weight loss jail, which is what a lot of weight loss methods do, you then give yourself a week of freedom outside of jail, you're going to find it very hard to go back into jail, right? And this is kind of the analogy I sort of use. If you've got someone that's been banged up for 4 or 5 months in prison, and you say, do you know what, right? Davey, you've had 5 months in the nick. We're going to give you 1 week to just go out and do what the hell you want, right? But in 1 week, you must report back, and then you're backing yourself for another 5 months, right? Davey's going to get out. He's going to have his 1 week, and that prison ain't going to see Davey ever again. He ain't coming back voluntarily to go back to jail, is he? Right? And, this is the issue. If you're doing something like Slimming World, where you singe your food for 4 months, and it's tiring, and it's detrimental to mental health, and it's just a chore all the time, right? When you have that week of freedom, it's like a release. And to then drag yourself back to that over-restrictive method is just hard, right? I always say that to now don't get me wrong, a lot of my clients fear that they're not going to get back at because they've used fatty diets in the past, not my method. And I'm like, what? Like, you've been on holiday for a week. What's the tough thing about going back to a healthy, sustainable calorie deficit? Well, I enjoyed fish and chips on holiday. You can enjoy fish and chips on Tuesday night if you want, on my plan. Right? So that excuse is out the window. Right? Yeah, but like when I was on holiday, I could have a few beers on Saturday afternoon. It's like, yeah, you can have a few beers on Saturday afternoon. We'll just build it into your calories. What? Try again. But there isn't one, and there isn't. I'm not saying a lot of my clients are like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Mentality is a big part as well. Sometimes we self-sabotage, and sometimes having that little bit of freedom from our diet can trigger the self-sabotage. But then that's a bit of a deeper thing. That's something else that we need to, I've had clients in the past, absolutely fine, doing great. They give themselves that little bit of freedom, bang, self-sabotage, right? And it can just be something as simple as, I've lost 20 pounds or 30 pounds over the last 3 months. I've had a week of freedom. I've got the scales. I've gained 15 back. What's the bloody point? Well, your weight loss coach, the weight loss boss, and he said, don't go on the scales. Or if you do go on the scales, report it to me and we can talk about it. It's water weight, it's food weight. Give it a few days, get back to it, and it'll all be gone. And then you do that, and you get, 15 pounds every on Monday. That weight loss boss guy said, if I just get back to doing what we do straight after my holiday, 70% of the weight that I've gained will be gone in 3 days. Do you know what? He were bloody right. Clever chap, him. Clever chap. I'm going to follow him. I'm going to listen to him a bit more. Anyway, so you've got to ask yourself why. Why do you struggle to get back at it? Because when I first went on holiday in 2014 on my weight loss journey, I had that same fear. I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't. And when I came back, I think it was a Sunday or something like that. And I started back on my journey on the Monday. And I was quite restrictive for the first year of my weight loss journey. I was back to just eating my chicken. And I used to eat chicken and asparagus omelets all the time. All right. But I always had light at the end of the tunnel. I was like, yeah, I'm back on it now. But I'm still going to go out Friday night and have 3 or 4 pints. I'm still going to have a Chinese takeaway on Sunday night because I just allowed it within my calories, you know? So there was no reason to like, it's not like, I think sometimes we treat like it's the Last Supper, but that's not my philosophy. But we've then got to erase fad diet mentality out of our mindset. Yeah, and sometimes 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 it can just be a mentality thing. Hey, I'm not going to sit here and lie and go, not last week, the week before, I went to Spain, right? And literally from 11 o'clock in the morning till midnight-ish, yeah, I were boozing all day. 4 days of that, right? There was a lot of kebabs, a lot of burger and chips. Last week, I've talked about my weekly weight loss vlog. I found last week tougher than I would do normally. It was a little bit of a chore. It was a little bit of a drag, and it took a bit of extra effort. That just is what it is, right? But my mindset and my mentality is, I don't care. Every now and then, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Get your head down, get at it. And I did that, and I come out with a really good week. This week will be a lot easier. So sometimes it's just a mentality thing. Do you know what happened with the Weight Watchers bankruptcy? Are they struggling? I would say it is just financial restructuring, right? You need to understand. I don't mean you need to understand that, Callum. What a lot of people need to understand about bankruptcy is it can, especially, and they've gone bankrupt in the US. They've not applied for it in the UK. Not that I know of, anyway. They might have done, but they've gone bankrupt in the US. And basically, bankruptcy, you can just basically go to a court and then apply for refinancial structuring of your balance sheet. So it's a very, bankruptcy doesn't mean like everything's been wiped out. They'll have just gone to administration and they'll basically go, yeah, we'll just stick this bit here and this bit here and this loan that you're paying this on here, we'll put that over here so you're paying a bit less interest. I think it'll just be around restructuring. And I'll tell you why it'll be around restructuring. They won't rebrand, but they'll relaunch, and they'll relaunch with Ozempic. I'm telling you now, right? Weight Watchers will come out now. They've gone early. Slimming World will do the same soon, right? Slimming World will do the same soon. They will come out and they'll do a Weight Watchers, and you'll be able to get your Ozempic through. They'll team up with some sort of pharmaceutical company, and you'll be able to get your Ozempic through Weight Watchers, something like that. It'll happen. That is what, because it's America. Ozempic's the biggest one in America. They don't have Mounjaro over there. That is what will happen. So it'll be corporate restructuring, refinancing the business. They'll do a relaunch, and they'll go down the weight loss drug route alongside Weight Watchers. Yeah. Guilty of being one of those self-sabotagers you speak of. Kirsty A, you are. Kirsty and I have worked together for a few years. And, and Kirsty has come and gone from Plant. She's never unsubscribed. She's always been hovering in the background. But she has gone through 2 successful weight losses and then regained that weight back. And for a few different reasons. There's been some personal issues, some pressures here and there and everywhere. Emotional eating, obviously, is taken over and stuff. But one thing I'll give Kirsty is she always comes back, right? Irrelevant of what weight she's gained back, where she always comes back. And what that tells me is Kirsty wants this. And eventually this will click. And I'm not saying it's this time, and I hope it is. I thought it was last time. I genuinely did. And then there were signs, and I did my very best. I'm a subconscious coach, me. What I mean by subconscious is I try and implant the thoughts in my clients' heads. We're doing it indirectly rather than directly. Sometimes I've got to be direct. I've been direct with a client this afternoon, and we've worked together, me and this client. I don't know if they're on the live now. I don't know if they're on the live now. But I was direct, and I didn't know if I touched a nerve or upset this. But I don't think personally I did. But I was direct with this client, and I felt, sometimes it's the only option. Sometimes I need to be blunt. Sometimes I do, and I think sometimes it just is what it is. But one thing I'll give about is when she's on it, she's absolutely on it, and I don't mean in an unsustainable way. She's just, her focus is fantastic, but we have had a couple of periods of self-sabotage, and we just need. But again, that can be, this is the worst thing about weight loss. It's the best thing and the worst thing. You'll never lose weight without sorting this out, but it can be your worst enemy. It can be your best friend and your worst enemy. And that's the same with anything, isn't it, with your brain? But, Kirsty, I'm hoping this is the one. If it's not, it's not. Maybe the next time will be the one. But it will happen. And I'll tell you why, because Kirsty keeps coming back. Right? And you might be like, well, I keep coming. No, Kirsty doesn't keep hopping from fad diet to fad diet. She doesn't come on board with me. And then next thing she's doing Slimming World. And then next thing she's doing this, that, and the other. And then next thing she's doing something else. No, she keeps coming back, and she knows that this is the right thing to do. It's just we're working on this, and you will do, and you'll smash it. You will smash it. Right. Let me scan up. I'm going now. We are watching. Would you lower calories after surgery? Is not moving at all. No. Food heals us. Food heals us. So I would never do anything. I'd probably eat more. I know that might sound counterproductive. You have to understand, we have to shuffle the priority pack of weight loss. If I've just had surgery, my priority is not losing weight. Doesn't mean you need to gain weight, right? But your priority is healing from your surgery, whether that be a week or 2 weeks, whether that be 3 months, right? Once you are healed and recovered from your surgery, you can then shuffle your priority pack, and your priority can be weight loss again. But while your priority is healing, food heals us. Our body heals ourselves, right? But our body functions properly when it's being fueled properly. So if you're going to be you're going to have even lower calories than you would do normally, right? You're probably just going to prolong your healing process. You're also going to be mental torture. And the honest truth is, you find a lot, especially if you're laid up in bed, you've just sort of said there, movement, you're not moving at all. So no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would, if I went for surgery, I am pushing at the moment. I've changed tact a little bit. I'm pushing for next January to get a new knee, right? My left knee. Sorry, my right knee. I'm going to get my right knee first. My left knee used to be my bad knee. My right knee used to be my good knee. Now my left knee is my good knee. It's shocking, but it's better than my right knee. My arthritis has really rocketed in my right knee in the last 12, 18 months. So I'm going to aim to get a new right knee. That means I'm going to be out of action a bit for 12 weeks. What will I do for those 12 weeks? I'll eat probably 3,000 calories a day, right? But one thing I will concentrate on is the 3,000 calories that I'm going to eat, right, will be fairly nutritious. I'll still allow myself a treat here and there, but I'll give my body goodness with the calories to heal, because I want to heal. All right. So Arlene, don't be cutting your calories. Yeah. Right. That's me. I'm going. We are watching. What are we watching? What are we watching? I don't know. Oh, This City Is Ours. That is what we're watching. We started it last night. So I've been wanting to watch it for a bit. And then obviously the dance out of it's gone viral on TikTok. So it's always all over my FYP. So I said to Rach, right, let's watch it. And we put it on last night, and Rach didn't know anything about it. And I didn't really know much about it, to be honest with you. I just knew it was a bit of a gangstery sort of thing. So we stuck it on last night at about 9 o'clock-ish, something like that, right? Maybe a little bit earlier. We had to be up at 6 this morning for the gym. 2.5 episodes later, and they were hour-long episodes. I was like, right, we need to go to sleep. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, we are starting episode 4 tonight. I'm going to go to bed now because I want to do episode 4 and 5 if possible tonight. Really, really good show. Yes, we are. I'm off. I'm going to go watch that. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. I've got to take Rach to work in the morning. I'm taking her in early because I need to pick her up early. So she's starting earlier and finishing earlier. So my TikTok, Facebook, YouTube live is scheduled in for 8:30 a.m. I'm going to probably be dropping Rachel off about 10 past 8. It's 20 minutes back here. So by the time I get back here, let the dogs out, get in here, it's going to be 20 to 9. So I will be on in the morning. Just look out for me. It's probably going to be more 8:45 than 8:30. I will be on for an hour, right? I will then at 10:45, flip pretty much. I'll go for a wee, make sure the dogs are all right. I will then flip into the first of this week's weight loss coaching lives. How to fuel your body for weight loss, right? And yes, that's what we'll flip into for 10 o'clock tomorrow. So live, aiming 8:30 start, but I'm probably going to be 10 to 15 minutes late. But I am definitely going to be on for 8:45, right? And that's it tomorrow. There'll be those two lives, I think. Yeah, because I've got spin tomorrow night. Yeah, I'll swap the lives around. And then normally I'll do my weight loss coaching live 5 p.m. Tuesday, 11 a.m. Thursday. I flipped it around for the next 5 or 6 weeks because I'm covering spin on a Thursday night. So 11 a.m. Tuesday, 5 p.m. Thursday will be the next one. So I will see you tomorrow morning. You lovely people. Cheers, advice. Daniel, you're more than welcome anytime. Anytime you can come on. This is the only nighttime live I do now is Monday night. Everything else is a bit earlier. Yeah, guys, if you want direct help with your weight loss journey, come join my one-to-one plan. It's $29.99 sign up, $29.99 a month, and then you can WhatsApp me anytime you want to with any questions or any issues you may have. I will be your weight loss coach and we'll nail your weight loss journey together. If you don't feel you need one-to-one help, you can just sign up to my online community. It's £5 for your first month using code WELCOME. Come see what it's all about. You'll get a full calorie breakdown. You get a guide to bossing your weight loss. We've got a private Facebook group, private WhatsApp community. I do weight loss coaching lives in there. We do Zoom sessions in there. There is lots and lots. If you want it, there is lots and lots of help. I always say this, you will get out of the community what you put in. If you put nothing into the community, like any community, you're not going to get loads out of it. But if you put a bit into the community, you will get a lot out of it. Anyway, TikTok profile, click on my link tree. First time my link tree is an inquiry form. You can send over an inquiry form. Hi Neil, see me on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Can you send me details of your plan? I'll email you direct. Or the tabs underneath, you can just go and sign up. Go sign up. We'll get you going. My next start date for plan is Monday. I've got 2 people signed up for Monday, so I've got 2, maybe 3 spaces left. So if you want to get going on Monday, get signed up to the plan. It's $29.99. You $99 to sign up, and then it's $29.99 a month, which I'll start at the end of the month. So you pay £30 end of May, £30 end of June, £30 end of July, and you'll be covered until pretty much September for your one-to-one weight loss coaching. In total, it's £120, but you'll pay it monthly. It's all spread out for you. That's it. It's my anniversary. I missed it last week. I started online coaching the first week of May 2021. So I've been at it 4 years. And in that time, my clients combined have lost over 15,000 pounds of body fat. So if you want to add to those numbers, come and get signed up. There really is no need to struggle on your weight loss journey. No need to do it alone. Not what I'm about. Right, TikTok, I'm off. I will see you tomorrow morning, 8:45ish. That's what I'm going to say. And then Facebook and YouTube peeps. Again, yeah, it should be about 8:45 in the morning. Hopefully see you then.